This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. I started off with an apple, raspberry, strawberry and some low-fat Greek yoghurt. I was actually on a away day in the morning with work and I was going to stay through dinner. However, all the options were like loads of bread, tiny little bits of sandwich filling, and I just thought that's not going to be a good option for me. It was all white bread as well. So I waited until I got home and I had 2 of these barbecue chicken skewers from Iceland. They're 1 cent each and a little salad on the side. After work, I went into IKEA. I was looking for a little side table for in the living room, which I still haven't found. I did want to get some of the meatballs, where it's 8 meatballs for £2, just the meatballs on their own in like a little cup or carton. However, they didn't actually have anyone. I was trying to work out how many sins there were, but it wasn't very clear on the app if they were the ones that were done in the restaurants. If anyone knows, let me know. For tea, we had this Cajun cream chicken pasta. It was absolutely delicious. There is actually a recipe. If you look back a couple of videos back from here, it was just 1.5 sins and really, really good. I then had 2 of these bars for my healthy extra B, the Skinny Crunch light ones. I wanted just a little treat at the end of the night. Now, both of these are actually 1.5 cents each. However, I prefer the Skinny Whip ones, which have been in the fridge and I'd only just bought them. So I decided on a dime bar. So I'm ending my day on just 5 cents and I started off with my usual breakfast, which was yoghurt, strawberry, apple and raspberry. We then had a little date day sort of lunch with my hubs. We went to the Pie Shed in Murfield, which is great because they have the sins on the menu and this was free. It was the comfort bowl. She said to me last time they do the mashed potato with like yoghurt and some herbs and stuff like that, but it was absolutely delicious. Because we ate our lunch a little bit later, I was still really full in the evening, so I had some chicken thigh. I'd spiced it up the same as the other day using some tikka curry powder, ginger and garlic paste, some soy sauce and some yoghurt. Let that marinate. This is actually marinating for like a day and a half. Just had it with a little salad on the side. It was really nice. Then I finished off with 2 of these bars as my healthy extra B. So I'm quite shocked looking back because what I usually do is I film these and then I scroll back and work out exactly how many sins I've had. And I had like not even half a sin. So in the tikka curry powder that I use, there is a little sin. It's like half a sin for 2 tablespoons. So actually that's almost 0. So I had half a sin maybe total. I usually round up. So pretty pleased and I'll see you tomorrow. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. So I started off with an omelette and I wanted to make sure that I'm like weighing and measuring everything at the minute because, you know, I maintain this week. I want to make sure I'm getting it right. So 30 grams of cheese because it was actually a full fat cheese or normal cheese. I'm not sure what you call it. And I had that with peppermint and licorice tea. If you don't have that, you definitely need to try it. I'm not a fan of fruity teas, but this is delicious and actually quite sweet. And I had that with some apple on the side, which me and my little boy shared. I then took the dog for a walk in the woods and it was that perfect level between. It was a little bit damp, but not underfoot because there were so many leaves. So it was quite a nice little day to get out and get a bit of fresh air, get some body magic in, because otherwise we sat on our butts and watched Harry Potter. For tea, I was doing a little bit of experimenting. So first of all, I tried the hack where you put your sausages underneath if you're going to put something else on top. I forgot to film anything more because I got busy chatting to one of my friends whilst I was making tea. However, what I was experimenting with was trying this recipe that I'd seen, which was like chicken with pepper sauce. It had cream in, so I needed to adapt it. However, I had no chicken, but that does not stop me, as we all well know. One of my biggest challenges, in fact, was working out which sausages were which after I'd cooked them. However, this is what I was going for. I'll tag the link down below for it, or the creator. I'm not sure exactly how to do that. So I adapted it. So I used some carrot and some onions. I just used the frozen ones. Then you had pepper sauce. Now I got a little bit lost here because it was actually in teaspoons, not tablespoons. However, the pepper sauce is just 1 sin per teaspoon. I actually used a tablespoon and then I had to work out that there was 3 teaspoons per tablespoons. It was a whole thing. Anyway, so I used a tablespoon of the pepper sauce, a half of the tub of the spreadable strong vintage. So I counted that as half of the healthy extra, although it was across 4 portions. I'll do a recipe when I make it again, but with chicken this time. But basically, onions and carrots in a pan, saute them down, add your sausages that are all chopped up, add a couple of teaspoons of the pepper sauce, and then like I say, I added half of the tub of the seriously spreadable. Put a little bit of water in to just make the sauce. The potatoes were actually just a tin of new potatoes that I did with some onion and garlic granules on. She used aromat in the recipe video, however I didn't have any, so this is what I made. Put some carrots again on the side. It was absolutely delicious. And then to finish off the day, I had 2 of these Skinny Crunch bars, which were my Healthy Extra B. So I ended the day on 2 sins, which I'm pretty pleased about, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. So I started off with just a chopped up apple. As one of my patients wasn't home yet, I actually nipped into one of the local shops, and see, all the Skinny Dreams are £1.75, whereas some of the other ones are £1. So again, if anyone can find them for £1, please tell me. I also nipped into the Asda, and it was the same again. So I did actually cave and buy some, and I had one of these Skinny Dream bars as part of my Healthy Extra B. For dinner, I had a little chicken salad. I used some rotisserie chicken. Apparently it's free if you don't have the skin. I used 1 tin of the Caesar dressing and about 15 grams worth of shaved parmesan. For tea, I had these turkey meatballs. They're actually 1 tin each. I just had 4 of them with some wholemeal pasta. I had some bolognese sauce. I just did it in a jar because it was a quick tea, but this was 3 tins for the whole jar, and I used half of it between 3 of us, so half a tin each. And again, I just used a small part of shaved parmesan on the top there just to give it a little bit of extra flavour, but this was actually really nice. The turkey meatballs were definitely a hit. I had another Skinny Crunch as my other part of my Healthy Extra B, and then I had one of these Mawam block sweets, which are just 1 tin each. So I'm ending my day on just 6.5 sins. I filled in my little weight loss tracker and updated it because I've not done it for the past few weeks, just to keep me motivated. And I'll see you tomorrow.
This is my boy eating a day on Slimming World. Started off with an apple, raspberry, strawberry and some yoghurt. For lunch it was slightly awkward because I had a student with me, and I had to explain to her why I was taking a picture of my food. So I had some chicken with a couple of eggs, some carrots and celery. For tea I did a classic Emmeline and started cooking without really 100% knowing what I was going to make, so I decided to make these burgers. I did it where you do like super thin burger patties, so I actually did 3 in mine, with a seeded bagel from Warburton's, that's a Healthy Extra B, some potatoes on the side that I just chopped up, boiled for a little bit, crisped it in the air fryer with a little bit of onion and garlic seasoning. I had a little salad on the side. I actually weighed out 40 grams of mozzarella, which was a Healthy Extra A. However, I spread it over the 2 burgers between me and my partner. And I had just 1 tin of ketchup, which is just a teaspoon. It didn't go very far, but I didn't really need it because the beef was nicely seasoned. And I'm not a massive fan, I just thought it'd add a little extra touch. Then I had 3 of these Skinny Whip Minis, which are 1.5 cents each. I put these in the fridge and they're delicious. Definitely worth a try if you haven't before. So I'm finishing my day on just 5.5 cents, and I'll see you tomorrow.
This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. So I started off with some apple, raspberry, strawberry and some Greek yoghurt. I learned today there's a big difference between Greek yoghurt and Greek style yoghurt, because I realised that that's what I'd bought and there's a lot less protein in there, so just something to think about for next time. It was actually quite late in the afternoon and I ended up having a scrambled egg, but it was actually made out of 1 egg white and a full egg, mainly because I'd used the egg yolk in my shepherd's pie. You'll see that if you've seen the video before this. So a bit boring, but I needed something before I went to the gym, which is what I did. Got my butt there. It was absolutely freezing. I kept my little jumper on and just did 20 minutes on the treadmill. Then for tea, we had this shepherd's pie, absolutely delicious. Had that with some carrots on the side and some sweet corn. I know that's not speed food, it's just food, but I really liked it. I did count a full Healthy Extra A portion for the shepherd's pie, however, I don't actually think it's that many. I also made enough for some leftovers, which is what I love to do when I'm cooking. I had these 2 Skinny Crunch Skinny Dream bars as my Healthy Extra B, and I finished off the day with one of these tiny Chubba Chup lollies, which is just 1 cent. So I'm finishing off my day on just 1 cent, which I'm pretty pleased about, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. So I started off with some apple, raspberry and strawberry and some Greek yoghurt, not Greek style. I then had a tuna salad using 2 tins of light mayonnaise with a bit of a chopped salad and 2 boiled eggs. This was really nice. For tea, I had the shepherd's pie again, which I'm going to count a Healthy Extra A towards. And there weren't many carrots left between, so I had carrots and some sweet corn. But yeah, there wasn't as much as I wanted to go around. Then I had 2 of these Skinny Crunch Skinny Dream bars as my Healthy Extra B. To finish off the day, I had one of these licorice all sorts. I looked and it said all licorice all sorts of once in each. I'm not entirely sure if that's how it worked, but I had it. My husband actually only brought me one up, so there was no temptation, which is really good because they are actually a favourite of mine. So I'm ending the day on 3 sins, and I'll see you tomorrow.